Welcome back, guys, and today we're going to be doing a little bit of a deep dive into a new truck from Limes called Poseidon. Now, this truck is very obviously based on an OBS Ford. However, this is not another OBS L400, if that makes sense. Now, I feel like, because I've seen some of you guys asking on the streams where I've used this truck before, well, don't we already have an OBS L400, or is that just a re-released OBS L400? No. This thing is, yes, it's still based on an OBS Ford, but it's been not only rebuilt from the ground up, but the dynamics of driving it, the add-ons, basically like the weight capacity, all of that stuff has been entirely reworked, and this is a lot more, not only a more refined experience than the OBS L400, but this thing, you want to talk about being able to pull massive amounts of weight. This truck was designed literally from the ground up to be able to look at any kind of heavy load you could possibly haul in the game and essentially be like, meh. And of course, with that being said, the primary aspect of this test is going to be heavy hauling and heavy towing. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and take one of these into the garage. We'll get it built up and ready to go and see what we can do with it. We're going to start with the standard bed version, not the flat deck version. However, the flat deck version will definitely be getting a little bit of use later. It sounds really, really good, too. I mean, from the second you fire it up, you know that this thing is absolutely ready to just get work done. Now, straight into the customization, you can drive this thing in its stock form. I say stock form in air quotes because when you leave this thing completely stock, you actually get a very good polished experience. And if you want this truck to be a little bit closer to a balanced setup, I would definitely recommend leaving everything stock. If you want a little bit more of a like a powerful experience or maybe like an over-the-top experience, definitely go for a little bit more of the upgrades that I'm about to show you guys. So engine-wise, you have stock, you have tune, and then you have big boost. Now, big boost will get you 1,300 horsepower and 1,800 foot-pounds of torque. So naturally, you know exactly which direction we're going. Now, gearbox-wise, you have the 8-speed fast transmission and the 10-speed heavy tow transmission. However, one of the main things I would recommend with this truck is that if you're going to be just driving it around, I would recommend the 5-speed or the fast, and I would really only recommend using the heavy tow transmission if you're actually going to be hauling heavy loads. Otherwise, it drives a little bit awkwardly. It doesn't drive bad at all. It just drives in such a way that it expects weight to be behind it, and if it doesn't have the weight there, it can react a little bit awkwardly in some situations. So let's see. You have stock suspension, then you have the flex suspension, which honestly, if you did want to take this thing trailing, you totally could. It's got plenty of flex for that. You also have the short lift and the toe suspension. We'll definitely be using the toe suspension for the majority of this video because that's, again, the primary objective of this truck. Now, you have a couple of different options, well, more than a couple actually, in terms of tires. You have the HD tires, which go from 34-inch up to 46-inch. You have Nick's boggers, which go from 38-inch up to 46-inch. You have BB's D&D duals, which go from 38 to 46. You have 38 to 46 IROCs, which are big singles. Then you have the 38 to 46 Hunters, which are also singles. Then you have the USD stickies, which I really, really like. Those things look sick. However, that's, again, for a little bit of a different type of build, or, again, if you were using a different type of bed. So let's go ahead and go for, I really like these D&D duals, but I'm also kind of down for these. I mean, I think it's actually, for me, I think it's going to end up being the 42-inch Nick's boggers for this one. Then we'll do the long toe strap, and then we will definitely put the gooseneck hitch in the bed. Now, in terms of stack options, or I should say just exhaust options in general, you have the diamond stacks, standard circular stacks, or the swank tip that comes out the back. I'm going to do the diamond stacks on this build. Steps-wise, we got the HD steps, which have definitely become a staple of Lime's trucks. Bumpers-wise, you got IC bumpers or weighted ones. Then you have the stock bumpers or the weighted stock bumpers. I'm going to go with the weighted IC bumper because, again, you know, this is going to be a heavy hauling setup. Bed stuff wise, you have a toolbox that is standard, which is all the way at the front of the bed, or a stacks toolbox, which allows you to run the stacks while still having a toolbox that's scooted back a little bit. Now, wheels wise, on the boggers, you have these really small fuel wheels, which allow for a tremendous amount of sidewall. And then when it comes to your color options, I mean, you're really, like, literally open for choice across the board. Straight up, entirely open for your choice across the board, whatever you want to do. Now, you can have a black stripe, you can also have a gray gray stripe, or you can have a single tone solid color. Really, whatever option you want to go for, whatever direction you want to go, is completely and entirely up to you. And I actually really like the gray stripe. The gray stripe has kind of like this cool classic vibe to it. And at the end of the day, I mean, like I said before, it's completely and totally up to you guys for whichever way you go. Oh, it actually flipped colors right there because I switched to like red and then switched it back. So I guess if you were to accidentally glitch the color, then you could technically open up even more options. Now, currently it doesn't have anything on the dash, but that may be updated a little bit later on down the line. I'm not entirely sure. Now, once we leave the garage and we're done with the customization, let's fire it up and also throw the suspension into high mode and get a trailer behind this thing. I said back yourself up, thank you very much. And while we're at it, let's go ahead and take a quick look at this interior, which, by the way, oh my god, I love the way this interior looks. This interior looks awesome. I really, really dig it. The tint on those windows is pretty gnarly, too. All right, so let's go ahead and, I might just DevTools a trailer, or no, you know what? I'm going to go over to the trailer store still. All right, so let's see. We got the Pog trailers on. We've got Red's trailers on. We've got just about everybody's trailers on right now, most of them anyway. So let's go ahead and do the 6-unit long gooseneck, the long wide gooseneck. And now we're going to bring this thing outside of the garage area so we can load it up with a little bit more space, because when I say we're going to be loading up some heavy vehicles, we're going to be loading up some heavy freaking vehicles. Let's ease you down to the left here real quick. Like I said before, that 10-speed heavy haul transmission does drive a little bit awkwardly when there's no weight on it, but trust me, once you put weight on the trailer, it completely changes the game. All right, let's pull you up right here. That seems good enough. And we'll throw the ramps down and stop the engine. So now it's time to go ahead and spawn in a couple of vehicles. Now, let's see. So Cat 770, Cat 745. I want to say that I think the Cat 745 can fit on the wide 6-unit. Let's see. Now, I've got to see if this will fit on the trailer and it'll pack. That'll be brilliant, because that means we can definitely add, some more really heavy vehicles to it soon. Let's see. Let's try and make it as centered as we can, because as long as we're centered, we'll be a-okay. Let's get the front wheels as far up as they'll go. All right, so change truck into the Poseidon now. And crossing my fingers and hoping for the best here that yes, it packs. Now notice that this truck's suspension isn't even, it isn't even sagging at all. Literally none. None whatsoever. So now let's go ahead and throw another really heavy vehicle on the back. Now, as we know, the 2017 L400 is properly heavy, but I want to see if I can fit, let's see, a Cat 770 on the back right there. The 770 might be a little too wide for this. I don't know. I've never tried to put a 770 on the back of this trailer, but, I mean, there's only really one way to find out, really. Easy. I mean, it's... Oh, no! Oh, no! Yeah, that's most definitely not gone well. I mean, is it going up? It is, but the front is, completely stuck. Okay, alright, well, is there any way to, lift it up? Nope. Well, that went well. All right, so then let's get something else that's, really, really heavy. The 2017 L400 is actually properly heavy, and I know that you guys might be thinking, what do you mean that thing's heavy? It's not it's not like a gigantic mining truck. It doesn't need to be in order to be heavy. The weight is in the coating, and this thing is actually coated with a bunch of weight. So let's throw, some slightly bigger tires on it, and nothing too crazy in terms of a build, just a bulletproof engine and fast transmission, and the majority of the weight is already over the front of the trailer anyway with that 770. So yeah, this is gonna only add to the equation. All right, so let's shut you down. And wow, why are you so far to the left there, bud? Can you not be so far to the left? That would be awesome. Just saying. Easy. All right, there we go. All right, shut you down. Now, let's go back into the Poseidon for a... I did not tell you to restart. Thank you. All right, now, unpack and repack. Ramps up. we're going to send it right into some mud. I have absolutely no fear. Now, is that a good thing? I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. We'll find out if that's a good thing or not in a moment. We may end up dragging the... Oh, my God. We may end up dragging the trailer a bit, but I'm going to try to avoid that. Oh, my... What? Bro, what? Okay. This is in automatic mode. Like, okay. This is insane. Bro, this is stupid on every level, but, like, stupid in the best way. What did we just haul through? Oh, my God. That is... What? Whoa, whoa, okay. All right, heading to the main hills now. We need to see how this thing handles the trailer being bottomed out. That is on a level that I've legitimately never seen before, and I'm about to put this thing through even more ridiculous testing. All right, let's go ahead and make sure the trailer is facing the right direction, and rolling on the power. Man, even going up a hill like this, it doesn't really pull the front end off the ground all that much. That's really good, actually. So it's high-centered a little bit. Yeah, it's high-centered a little bit, but that's why we have a mega winch. A winchzilla, if you will. Come on. All we really needed to do is we needed to get our front tires back onto the ground. That way we have some grip with which to claw our way forward. But still, nothing has stopped this entire setup. Nothing. Nothing at all. What about some proper mud? That's gonna be a big test, because if the mud does not stop it with this much weight, we might be looking at the actual king of hauling setups in terms of pickup trucks. Oh my God. All right, let's go into the more shallow mud first, and I'm gonna say throw it into high. Yeah, so it literally laughs in the face of the shallow mud. I mean, just like it did earlier, but what? So I don't feel like the shallow mud is really any level of challenge for this truck, even with this amount of weight behind it. I mean, it's just like, don't worry about it. It's literally fine. You're all good, bud. All right, so I tell you what, we need to up the challenge factor a little. Don't you do it. Oh my God, I don't know how that stayed on there. I really don't know how either of those trucks stayed on, but I am insanely grateful for it nonetheless. All right. Full power. It's still going. Okay, we figured out what would stall it out. Really deep mud combined with bottoming out the trailer combined with a ton of weight. But, I mean, even at this point, we're still in, like, 4th gear in automatic mode, and the only thing that actually stops it is dangerous water level. But even then, I mean, all I had to do was just put it in low. I mean, we're going slow, but we're still making forward progress. You can't even really see the truck anymore. Give it a little bit of a winch. Just a little bit. I mean, it doesn't really need much. It's like as if it needed much, which it doesn't. It absolutely just digs, dude. Digs its way right out of there. This thing is just tremendous. What? Oh, that is wild. That is absolutely freaking insane. Now, in case you forgot, we also have a flat deck version over here that we haven't even touched yet. And I believe the flat deck has a little bit of a surprise up its sleeve in the form of, yep, actual semi-trailer hitches. So saddle high and saddle low. Let's go big boost, heavy toe, and toe suspension. And this one's getting the 42-inch, well, this one's getting the 46-inch D&D duals. Long toe strap, we've already got that one on, and we'll say the standard stacks on this one. HD steps, and let's see, weighted IC bumper for the extra tire clearance. And I'm thinking on this one, we'll do a solid color. You know, not too crazy of a build. We'll maybe do like a solid white on this one and leave the garage, throw the suspension into high mode. And now we get to use dev tools to essentially hook up a trailer that should never be behind a pickup truck in the first place, but it's okay because this thing can absolutely handle it. Bro, this thing is on another level. I mean, you could essentially get like 2 or 3 of these, and that could be your entire fleet for blowing through a campaign map. No, I'm sure that there are going to be some people out there that are going to be like, oh my god, that ruins the game balance, and it destroys the game, and it destroys the fun, and I'm like, you know, I've always been of the mindset that, like, you know, if you have, like, one save that's, like, all the vanilla trucks, and then another save that has, like, a bunch of crazy mods that you play through the campaign with, it's really no big deal. Plus, everybody's going to play the game the way they want to play it anyway, so, you know, however you want to play the game is completely up to you. But, like, again, this thing just absolutely devours mud, especially with these D&D mud tires. They're insane. Now, I know that we haven't been to the bridge jump yet, and rest assured, we are well on our way to said bridge jump. I love this interior, too. The interior looks great. Come on, come on. I do have to say, and I know that I touched on this earlier, but that heavy haul transmission, once you've got weight behind it, it really comes into its own. Yes, it may drive a little bit awkwardly when there's no weight behind it, but dude, once you've got weight behind the truck, the heavy haul transmission absolutely just does its job so well. See how it pulls hills in automatic mode? It should do a good job. Come on, there you go. What gear are we in right now? Yeah, it just shifted up into 8th. No sweat at all. And it's actually staying in it as far as I know. Shifted back down to 2nd there. Sorry, not 2nd, 7th. Definitely not 2nd, more like 7th, but... Alright, easing it up to the ramp. Let me go into interior view. Ow. Can you, like, get off the wall? That'd be grand. 8th. 9th. Build the speed. Oh my god, I think it just shifted up to 10th. Dude, it didn't even care. It landed, like, so easily. Smashed into the tree, bounced off of it again, and it was like, yeah, I'm ready for more. Like, where's our next, you know, where's our next trailer drop-off? I'm ready for more. I'm good to go. But either way, I hope you all enjoyed this look at this brand new OBS Ford. And if you did, make sure to let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. Hit the like button if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new, and I will see y'all next time. Talk to y'all later.